How do we capture the tension between sin and redemption? History and healing, chains and cords. A song that claims a sweet sound whose history walked a thin wire, covered in blood from slaves and shackles before it touched the voice of a choir. A man named Newton, not the laws of motion, but a man who moved bodies across an ocean, stacked like cargo in the bowels of a ship, trading souls for gold, the sound of a master's whip. Yes, he wrote the song that grandma hums, played at funerals and rolling off the tongues of freedom marching. Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that came from a man who couldn't hear the screams of people in pain, suffering from treatment inhumane. The paradox of a song of freedom, penned by a man who helped build the cage. But then God came and met him. In a storm in the midst of a sea threatening to swallow, he cried out. But unlike the screams he ignored, God heard him and saved him. He called it grace, but grace came slow because he kept trading slaves long after the storm. Decades passed before the truth was told, blood-stained hands trading souls for gold. And when he finally spoke, he didn't sing, he wrote. And the song echoed across the sea into the throats of slaves in the field. They didn't just sing it, they claimed it. They owned it, rewrote it, in wails and harmonies. How paradoxical, how ironic, from the hand of the enslaver, an anthem for slaves. But that's why grace is amazing. A holy contradiction that doesn't erase history, but redeems it. Doesn't hide the wounds, but sings through them. Amazing grace, not just a melody, a mirror, asking the hard questions. Can beauty rise from blood-soaked soil? Can grace remove the whip from an oppressor's hand? The answer must be yes. Because grace isn't weak, grace isn't cheap. It's rough, it's raw, born in storms and slave ships, stretching from cotton fields in Mississippi to a bridge in Selma to a mall in D.C. Still sung by black mothers burying their sons, still sung in protests against knees on our necks, and justice seems afar off. Grace doesn't sanitize or look the other way. Grace confronts. Grace looks sin in the face, staring it down while singing a song. Grace also recognizes the process, the evolution, from slave master to abolitionist. A song that Newton didn't know would take on a life of its own. So do we let dissonance breathe, history haunt, harmony heal, and process real? Maybe that's what makes grace so amazing.